So many things to start doing, man. So many things. Anyways, okay. So what is working? I want to hear what is working. Either type that in the chat, type that in the Zoom chat, type that on the Facebook group. What is really working for you so that we can build on that? Because if it's working, keep doing it. And because it also trains your brain to stop thinking of what's not working. So I'm a big believer of where your attention goes, energy flows. And so when you keep telling yourself that's not working, this isn't working, I don't know why it's not working, that's where all your attention and energy goes, and that's where the money flows. Nowhere. Okay, so changing this is then changing this perspective is also, is what changes the perspective. So changing your focus onto the things that are working, you build on those strengths. Where your attention goes, energy flows, and money grows. Right. So I want you to make a list of all the things that are working for you. All right. Now, what's not working for you? So we're going to pay just a little bit of attention to this, not a lot, just a little bit. Okay. But identifying and writing down what's not working is the first step in changing it. Right. And so what is not working to get you clients? And so this could be like, I don't know, Chaz, I don't know what's working. Okay, so then what are you doing? Write down what you do every day. Yeah, fantastic. So Kayla says that like getting up early and having time to myself is really helping me because it energizes me at the start of the day. 100%. What are some of the habits that you do? I might get into this later, but what are some of the habits that you do in your morning routine? So let me tell you about my morning routine. And so I wake up at like 6:30, between 6:30 and 7, depending on what time I go to bed, right now. So this is the right now plan, people. Because the kids are in school and the gym just opened. And anyways, so right now I get up between 6:30 and 7 and I do a meditation for 10 to 25 minutes. And then I journal for a good 10 minutes about, and then I read for 30 minutes. So I do the reading while I have my coffee, and it's my quiet time to myself. And so that's what I'm doing right now. That's a non-negotiable. Everybody else is sleeping. Kids aren't up. Well, Carter's up, but he's usually in the basement on his computer anyway. So it's my quiet time, and it's for me to step into who I need to be and refocus my energy and my intentions for the day, and to visualize what the intentions are for the day. So visualization is a super awesome thing that you can do to picture how you want your day to go. Picture it. And so Stephen Covey always says, start with the end in mind. So we can do this for your whole business planning stage. Starting with the end in mind. What is your goal? Like we talked about on day one. Like what's your goal for 2021? And so that's starting with the end of 2021 in mind, and let's work backwards. So then down to the day. So what do you want to happen today? What do you want to see happen today? Because that's where you're going to like join and focus your attention on. And that's where you're going to focus your intentions on. And that's what's going to make the magic happen. Okay. And that's the planning. Okay. So yeah, you meditate at 6:15, work out, get ready for the day, journal. Fantastic. I love the morning routines. Like, yeah, every successful person on the planet has a morning routine. And if you don't, I would like to hear why not. Tomorrow I got to start going to the gym at 6. So I got to be up at 5:20 so I can go to the gym, be at the gym by 6, be home by like 7:15, and then I'll start my meditations and journaling. So that'll be different once I get to go to the gym at ungodly hours of the day. Okay, so I want to hear like, what would your ideal work week look like? Okay, what would be the ideal schedule? So we want to start with the end in mind and set yourself up for success. And what is it that is like, you got to plan it, right? And so what would be that? So in the workbook, I actually have let me just guess. Yep. A little worksheet right at the end of a scheduling template. And this is the 3-hour work day. So let me teach you the 3-hour work day. I use a 3-hour work day. Don't want to pull the shirt too far down now, do we? Okay, so the 3-hour workday is what I have done to keep myself sane. I started it when my kids were in school and in sports. And so every day after school, they'd be in sports till like 9 o'clock at night. And so I was like, I need to work very intentionally and very focused during the day because I don't have time to do it in the evening. And so came up with a 3-hour workday. So there's 3 big blocks that you need to do in your business to grow. You need to work on your back end, not your booty, honey, but the admin stuff. And that's what Kayla helps like clear up, right? Yeah, you have to work on your admin, you work on your marketing, and then you work on your selling and your servicing. And so when you're starting out, the selling part is probably going to be more than actually working with clients. Because if you don't have a whole lot of clients, you're going to put more effort into getting the clients, right? But getting the clients involves a whole marketing process. And so marketing 101 is that your audience has to know who you are, like and trust you, and then they'll buy from you. And so spending 1 hour a day of helping people know who you are and like and trust you is epic and is essential to the growth of your business. So what that looks like is the 20-20-20 rule. And so I love the 20-20 rule. All my clients love the 20-20-20 rule because it adds a structure. A lot of my clients really like structure to their day. And so 20 minutes of just connecting with people. That's it. So if that's on Instagram, just like following. That's all you got to do for 20 minutes a day. And if it's on LinkedIn, you're just connecting. That's all you're doing. If it's on Facebook, you're just adding friends. That's all you are doing. Okay. And so 20 minutes, set a timer. Set a timer. There is no shame in putting a timer on your phone, being like, bing, I'm done. Helps you stay focused and intentional. If you want to put a number goal to that, some people like to have a number goal. So it's like, hey, I'm going to make 30 to 50 connections today. Bam, done, do it. You know, so if you're looking, you might be a numbers person, some people aren't. And so if you're not a numbers person, don't try to be one. Just set the timer then. If you are like a goal number person, say you want to connect with 30 to 50 people every day. So these are new people, 20 minutes. First thing after, when you get to work, first thing that you do. Okay. So then another 20 minutes later of engaging. So this can be going through people's hashtags or like just hashtags in general and commenting on like 4 different posts and using those comments of it more than 4 words. And so you actually want to read the post, you guys. Like, this is engaging and connecting with potential clients. And so read the post, leave a comment, not just like, that was great, love it, you know, but like, this is what it meant to me, you know. Engage with that person. So you want to engage with the people that you would like to work with or who you would like to, who would you like to work with, right? So be specific on your target audience and use the hashtags to find them. So 20 minutes of just commenting. And then I like to do like later in the day, like you'll see me on Instagram lots like in the evening is because I'm watching TV. And that's when I can also do another 20 minutes of engaging. And same length of a half-hour show, you know? And because half-hour shows are actually only 22 minutes. So okay. So then the last 20 minutes is more engaging. And that's where you can get really a lot more deeper into conversations about like what's going on in people's life. Like, what are they challenged with? What's working for them, you know? So really developing conversations with those people. So that is the 20-20-20 rule as part of the 3-hour workday. So is that helpful? Yeah, and it works. Like it seriously works. And even when you outsource it to people, so like Kyla, like you could have people outsource that to you. And so one of my clients in California, busy mom with 2 boys, and is doing all the things. Like she's a nutritionist, she's a surfer. Now she's got a line of like surfing wax. She's so cool. Madre surf. And anyways, I'm all for the plugs today for some reason. I don't know what the heck. Anyways, so she ended up hiring somebody to do her 20 minutes of lead gen, right? Just 20 minutes a day, and of just connecting with people. And because she wanted to do the engagement part, but she just needed somebody to do the connecting part. And yeah, it's only 20 minutes, but when you're busy, 20 minutes is a lot, right? And I get that. And so, yeah, 20. So then the 3-hour workday kind of works like this. So you're spending an hour doing your admin. So set the timer. I'm only going to work on creating posts for 1 hour today. That's it. If I don't get the whole week done, that's fine. I'll do it tomorrow. I'm only going to do 1 hour of bookkeeping today. Thank God, you know? and, and when that's done, done. I'm only going to do, so another hour would be like creating a landing page or creating a workbook or something like that. Or creating your funnel and your email sequences. Those are things that would go into the 1 hour of admin a day. And then, like I said, the 20 for growing your audience, and then setting apart like an hour a day, or I like to like, I'll tell you how I structure my week now. For sales. So that's where you can book your sales calls, or that's where you're really intentional on doing things like this, or yeah, just getting more into DMs or sending people links of selling. Okay, that's where you want to invite them into your free offer. You want to invite them to a call, or you want to invite them to whatever your call to action is. So spending an hour a day inviting people. Okay. So depending on how your business is structured, that could be totally through DMs. That could be like on sales calls. That could be, yeah, going to networking events, whichever, right? And so, yeah, so that is the 3-hour workday. So when you're then working with clients, I like to have specific days of my client work. So here's how I structure my week. And so I have Mondays as mostly admin. And on those days, that's where I do my content creation. That's where I schedule my posts for the week. That's where I like work on a workbook or something like that. I focus on content on Mondays. And so 3 hours a day, 3 hours. Okay. And then done, because I got to be done. I got to go pick up my kids. And then, so Tuesdays and Thursdays are my client days. Okay, that's where I'm not focusing on admin. I'm not focusing on my content. I'm not focusing on sales. I'm focusing on my clients. I will always do my 1 hour of marketing a day. So my 1 hour of 20, always, every day. I usually do that in the morning after I've done meditating and while I'm still having my coffee and my breakfast. And then again, 20 minutes in the evening. And so Tuesdays and Thursdays, I have set up them for clients. Wednesdays are my sales days. So I have Wednesdays booked off for sales. No client calls. Nope. Not focusing on content. And so if I don't have any sales calls booked for that day, I can go kayaking, I can go for a run, I can go for a bike ride, I can do whatever the heck I want. And so that's cool, right? And yeah, Thursdays, Friday mornings are kind of like, I have like structured as like just a catch-up day. So it'll be a sales day, it'll be a client day, it'll be like financial Fridays. I always do on Fridays too, which is my 1 hour bookkeeping on Fridays. It never takes me an hour. It takes like 10 minutes for the week. And so that's kind of how we structure my 3-hour work day over the week, because I need to focus on one thing, because my brain just like, it switches too much and then I feel overwhelmed. So for me to reduce the overwhelm, I focus the whole day on one thing. And that's what works for me. And you'll have to find out what works for you. Okay. Okay. So on to then page 8. What do I really want for myself at this point in my life? And why do I want it? And what am I willing to struggle for? Ooh, we just did a 180 there, y'all. Now we are going from strategies into mindset and into your vibes. Okay, business is not 100% strategy. It's not. I've been there. I've tried that. I'm a strategic person. I do this, then I do this, then I do this, then I do this. Why isn't it working? Ah! It's because of the mindset. It's not being tuned into the universe, God, spirit, however you identify. And it's not telling yourself the right things. Your brain tells you to stay safe. Your brain tells you not to jump. Your brain says, hold on, and makes you doubt. And I want to help you step into this higher version of yourself. Because when you are in the highest version of yourself, you're most magnetic, and that's where people are drawn to you. So when I'm having a low vibe day, I do not go online. That's when I'll work on like content stuff or something. High vibe day, that's when I'm on way more, right? Because that's the energy that attracts people. So what is the energy that you have that attracts people to you? So really write down, like, what is it that attracts me? I don't have this in here, but what is it that people are attracted to me about? Does that make sense? So like all my clients say, I want to work with you because I'm attracted to your energy. I'm like, fantastic. And so what is it about you? So maybe it is because like you're super smart. You know exactly what you're doing. So what is that thing that like draws people to you? And you know what? Sometimes, actually a lot of the times, it's that thing where people tell you that you're too much. And so my daughter tells me all the time, bless her soul, that I'm just too much some days. And I'm like, what does that even mean, too much? It's like, you're just too vibrating. Because she doesn't know, she's almost 16. Too vibrating, too loud, just too much. And so it's like, I can look at it as a negative sense, and that's what might turn people away, but those aren't my people, right? If you're not attracted to my vibe and my energy, you're not my person. And that's totally okay, because it's more important for me to be me and for you to be you than it is for people to like love you, right? People will like you because of who you are. So you have to be who you are. So what is that thing? What's that thing that draws people to you? Okay, but I want to get back to like, what do you really want for yourself right now? What do you really want? Tell me what you want, what you really, really want. Oh, tell me what you want, what you really, really want. So write that in the comments, because I want to know what you really want for yourself at this point in your life and why. Why do you want what you want? And so I want to have a successful business. Success means different to everybody else, okay? And so for me to be successful, it means that I have the flexibility and the freedom to go kayaking on a Wednesday afternoon, to go for a bike ride on a Wednesday afternoon, to be able to drop everything and bring my kids to the doctor. Like, flexibility and freedom that way is the utmost importance in my life. I chose to be a mom and I love it, right? And that's okay if you're not, right? But why? What do you want and why? So I'm going to do whatever I can. You want to be successful and financially stable. Fantastic. Okay, I want a studio outside my home so I can create structure around my job of being an artist. Fantastic. Okay, so what are you willing to sacrifice or struggle through to get that? There's some non-compromises, like, no, I'm not like going back to a full-time 9 to 5 ever. I've worked like in my whole life, I'm 43 I've worked in a full-time 9 to 5 for about 5 years total. It is not for me, like nothing about it like appeals to me. Because I like that freedom and flexibility. And so that's my non-compromise. I'm willing to struggle through making this business work because I do not want to go back to a 9 to 5. So I will maybe take the no benefits. 9 to 5s give you the safety of benefits, right? I will sacrifice and struggle through not having a stable income from month to month, but you can create that with consistent clients and how you do recurring payments. That's another lesson altogether. Recurring payments, longer contracts is what guarantees that monthly income from month to month. Willing to invest in myself, which means struggling financially in the beginning, right? Because you see the light at the end of the tunnel, right? Right? That's why it's like, I'll always invest in myself too, because it's a struggle to, like, my coach was like $1,200 Canadian. And it's a struggle sometimes to pay that. That's what credit cards are for. My husband hates that, but that's okay. It's because it's something that I need and I see value in. And so same with hiring a VA, something I see and need value in and see value in. Okay, so alrighty, number 5, I want to feel blank by the end of this month because I manifested blank. So what do you want by the end of March? Okay, let's get really specific in what you want by the end of March. So in our group, we do this like every Monday in our like Monday mindset group calls, and we set our manifestations for the week, for the month, and then set the intentions towards getting that. And so part of your identity that I kind of started talking about at the beginning is that feeling. So stepping into that feeling. So like, let me hear what you want this month. So let's say you want to make, let's say you want one client by the end of this month. Just one, okay? How's that going to make you feel? How do you feel? How are you going to feel at the end of the month when you get that one client? When you sell that $600 piece of jewelry, Karen, how are you going to feel? How are you going to feel? I want to know exactly how you're going to feel. Because when you know that feeling, write it down. And how can we step into that feeling every moment of every day? Right? So this is like where this is like intentions and co-creating and your imagination come into place. Is starting with the end in mind, starting with that feeling even at the end in mind, right? So I want to feel like I'm validated. I want to feel confident. I want to be excited. I want to be, feel worthy and deserving. And you're going to feel fucking excited, right? Like, yes. So now allowing that to happen means, like, let's build this into who you are. This feeling is your identity and is who you are. Okay, feelings come and go, but you can always choose to step into that feeling. Okay, circumstances will try to tear you down and test you on those feelings, but you have a choice to step into that feeling or not. So because it becomes your identity. Okay, you want to feel accomplished by finishing your Etsy course. Yes. So I'm feeling accomplished. So how can you feel accomplished today? How do you feel accomplished today? Okay. And maybe that's just telling yourself, I'm accomplished today, right? I'm crushing it. It's happening. I'm accomplished. I am words. I am. That is your identity. So when you say I am angry, you're saying that that's who you are. But are you? No, it's a temporary feeling. So start to change your wording so that it's like, I feel angry. I feel frustrated instead of I am frustrated. I ams, and it's great in the Spanish language because, like, I'm not a pro in Spanish by any means, but my daughter's taking it and we were just talking about this the other day. Like, ser, like soy, I forget the word. But anyways, it has like more permanence, right? It's that permanence of who you are. And so I am happy, right? Versus I feel happy. I am frustrated versus I feel frustrated. I am overwhelmed versus I feel overwhelmed. So the feelings you have complete control of, right? The feelings lead to the I ams. So if you tell yourself enough times that I am frustrated, I am overwhelmed, I am scared, that's going to become who you are. So let's work on changing that feeling, that verbiage right from the get-go. So what are the high vibes that you want to feel at the end of the month? And how can you feel it today? So we're feeling confident, rock star jewelry designer. How are you going to do that today? How are you stepping into that feeling today? So I've talked to clients, and this is part of what's called an alter ego. And so Todd Herman wrote this book called Alter Ego. Fantastic book, by the way. Fantastic. Fellow Albertan, also fantastic. Anyways, so let's say use Beyonce as an example. Beyonce, when she steps on stage, is Sasha Fierce. She has a completely different name for her alter ego of who she becomes when she steps on stage. She needs to become Sasha Fierce to be fierce, to be like Queen Bee, right? Like Beyonce is like Beyonce and is like who she is because of how she has trained herself to become. She steps into Sasha Fierce when she steps on stage to be the performer. And Lady Gaga, her name isn't Lady Gaga, people. It's not. That's her alter ego. And and so otherwise her name is Stephanie. I don't know what her last name is, but oh, it's going to pop in my head. Anyways, so Stephanie is a different person than Lady Gaga. Lady Gaga, very creative, out there, edgy, like not conforming, right? Whereas like now she did a Super Soul Sunday with Oprah, like probably about a year ago, and or more by now, and she had said that like now she's starting to be able to merge more Stephanie with Lady Gaga, and that's where you'll see Gaga's talking a lot more about mental health, about her mental health struggles, and like all of that in general, right? And so it's who do you need to become to get what you want? That's what I wanted to say. Who do you need to become to get what you want? What are the vibes you need to have to get what you want? So nobody buys from like, I'm so sad and depressed. Nobody buys from anybody like that. Nobody. When was the last time you bought from somebody because they were like sad and depressed and desperate? Do you ever buy from somebody because they're like, oh my goodness, I need some money now? No, no. You don't buy from people like that because like it doesn't attract. It's not attracting. You buy from people when they're like in their highest version of self. Okay? And everybody's highest version of self is different. Introverts versus extroverts, very different higher versions of self. I'm an ambivert, so I can be like extroverted on camera and introverted there at like off camera, right? And that's great. My higher version of myself has that balance, and I'm fine with that, right? And so what is the vibe you need to take to get what you want? Okay, all right. Okay, in order to get what you want this month, in order to get your studio, in order to be financially stable, what are the barriers and the rocks that you need to throw away? Okay, so that you can be happy. So this is number 6. What are the rocks that you need to throw out of the way so that you can be happy? Write those down. I want you to identify it. I want you to see it. And then I want you to burn it. Erase it. Get it out of your head. Get it out of your sight because it's gone. Throw it away. But identify what they are so that you can throw it away. Okay? The rocks of overwhelm need to be thrown away. Okay, how are you going to throw away that rock of overwhelm? I'm going to feel confident. Fear. Okay, so what do we need to do? What is the fear? What is that rock of fear? What is it? Fear isn't always a bad thing. Fear keeps you from falling off a cliff. fear keeps you from falling out of a plane and landing on your face, you know? So sometimes fear is good, right? But fear also says, okay, I do want to go skydiving and it scares the shit out of me. And that is my fear of heights, my fear of falling, my fear of the unknown. But so I'm going to make sure my parachute's checked. I'm going to make sure that my instructor knows what the heck they're doing. I'm going to make sure that that instructor is glued to me, glued, right? And so I'm going to do those safety precautions so that I feel safe taking action despite of that fear. So fear less, not fear-free, fear less. So when you fear less, that is the word, right? So, but name the fear, name the fear, name the overwhelm, and get really specific on that. And that's what we're going to work on to overcome and to throw out of the way. Because, honey, you deserve to get those 3 clients at the end of the month. You deserve to get your studio. You deserve to get the money that you want. And so, yeah. So let's identify the things that are stopping you and let's throw them out of the way. Easy peasy. Just throw it out of the way. Right? Maybe not as easy as you would like. And that's where coaching comes into play. And so I do want to invite everybody who's on into an intensive with me because it's so awesome. So it's planning, like it's one-on-one, so I can work directly with you to plan out how you're going to get your clients, who you need to be, do, and have. Who do you need to be? What do you need to do to get what you want? And make the strategic plans. Got like lots of spreadsheets that we can work through, lots of mapping, lots of tools to use. But I like the one-on-one intensive so I can work directly with you. I have what's called the START system. Want to hear about my START system? I love my START system, you guys, because all of a sudden, like I've been coaching for like 5 years now, and it's like, what do I always teach? And then it just came to me this last weekend of this acronym. I don't know why acronyms are a thing to me lately. It must be the moon cycle. I don't know. But the acronym is serve more. So this is START, S-T-A-R-T. Serve more, talk to your audience, like talk to them, build relationships with them, talk to people. People aren't scary, right? Align. Do what aligns with you. So this is where we're going to explore what your spiritual gifts are, what your values are, what your hidden strengths and talents are, and building on those. Like, isn't that exciting? R is releasing and relaxing. Chill the F out a little bit. Chill the F out. One of the girls in our group, she just posted last night, her goal was to make $1,000 a month. And she did that like this week already. So that's very exciting because that's never happened to her. So I'm very excited. And she got like 2 clients and landed 2 different locations from like taking a break and sitting in her tub with a candle or whatever, and just being. And so release and relaxing is part of the manifestation process. It's releasing the outcomes. It's doing what you need to do and taking a step back. And that's why the last one of the START is taking action. And so you're not going to get what you want if you just sit and do nothing. You got to sit and do nothing a little bit, right? Got to relax and recharge, but you also got to do things. So what do you need to do? How often do you need to do it? And just getting really focused and intentional on what you need to do that's going to get you what you want. All right. So are there any questions? I know some people, Kristen just hopped on the Instagram. Yep. So we are doers, Kristen, like we are the type A doers. And so the hardest thing for us doers is to relax. Like, trust me, so hard. I know when I first started like moving from doing, I was with my coach, Sarah, and I'm like, she's like, Chess, you just got to learn to be. I'm like, well, what do I need to do to be? And she's like, no, you don't do anything. And this was like, oh, mind blowing. Now I know how to just be. Meditating is a huge part of just being. Meditating, journaling, being. What what was this? I did a Japa meditation this morning. And it was so interesting. I've never done a Japa meditation, and this was just one version, but you go through the alphabet and you visualize the letter A. And then you do the Japa with his like the breathing, and then visualize the letter B and stand in the space of that and do your breathing. Fascinating, very interesting, but really helps me like clean out the brain, man, because that's what I have a problem with. Anyways, so also in the workbook, there is a daily checklist of the things that you need to do. So I want you to look at all the things that you do in a day and is like, is this leading me? And write them down, like write them down. And then is this leading to me to a new client? Is this making me feel good? So 2 things. Is this leading me to a new client? And is this making me feel good? So take today, write down everything that you're doing and say, is this helping me get a new client? Is this making me feel good? If it's not, don't do it. Just don't. Okay? Keep it simple. Do things that you love and you will attract money. And that's what I want to teach. And that's what I want to leave you with today. But if there's any questions, I would love to answer them and know how I can further help you. And I will post the link. The link to the Start intensive is in my LinkedIn or my link tree. That's on Instagram. And I will also post it. It's in our Facebook group. And so I'm only taking 10 period for I'm only doing this in March and April and only till mid-April, and I'm only taking 10. I can only do 10. And so it's awesome. I did it in December with like six ladies, and so good. And so do what you love, right? And so I love doing these intensives. Gets you serious results. So anyways, so I hope you all have a good day, and let me know if you have any questions. If you signed up for this, I will be emailing out the links to the videos, and if not, they're on my Instagram, IGTV. And yeah, thank you, and have a super awesome day.